is Your Life, a Ralph Edwards production of an American television tradition. With your host, Joe Campanella.
Good evening and welcome to This Is Your Life. Now, if it seems like I'm sitting here comfortably with my wife in front of our kitchen fireplace, well, you're absolutely correct. You see, tonight, my wife Jill is helping me to surprise our honored guest, an American who, as a teenager, survived Hitler's infamous Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. This evening, he believes he's accompanying a friend who's getting an award for the song that she has written about his heroic wartime struggle. Now, he's been told they're stopping here to pick up a couple of friends to take to the ceremonies. Now, oh, there they are, Jill. Now, while my wife greets them at the door, I'm going to slip over to the other side of the counter with my back toward him so he doesn't recognize me immediately.
Come on in. Thank you. By the way, Lynn, congratulations on your song.
Barry's the one to congratulate. He's the one that inspired me to write it.
Sounds like somebody I'd like to meet. Barry, come on in, please.
Oh, this is my husband, Joe. Yeah, how are you?
Hey, it's nice to meet you. Sit down for a minute. Make yourself comfortable. You know, you've met my wife, Jill, but Barry, I hate to tell you this. We're not going to an awards dinner. You see, we're honoring you. You are a rare American. You've done so many things. You've survived 3 of Hitler's concentration camps during World War II. You're a man who's buried those memories until 1979, when you began lecturing teenagers to alert and inspire them so that such horrors as you experienced might never be repeated. You see, Barry Spanjaard, you are a true survivor, and this is your life. Thank you, Bunny. Thank you, Lynn, for helping us bring this surprise. Now let's all head to the NBC studios where a lifetime of memories await you, Barry Spanjaard.
Barry Spanjaard, American-born survivor of the Holocaust, and his wife, Bunny.
So, you feeling a little surprised there, Barry?
Slightly
surprised. Good. All right, Barry Spanjaard, you were born in a comfortable immigrant family in New York City on August 16th, 1929. In 1932, your parents, Alfred and Abigail, returned to Amsterdam to take over your grandfather's antique business. You spent 13 years in Holland, 2 of them in concentration camps. But very few people ever hear you mention your ordeal for more than 30 years afterwards.
Sometimes I wonder if he was denying what had really happened, even to himself.
Your son, Fred Spanjaard. Barry, why was that, not speaking of those years? Why was that?
Well, when you have a very unpleasant experience as I did, you don't go around talking about it all the time. You want to try to forget it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, sometimes I wondered if you were trying to protect me, because you always told lots of jokes and kept things light and made me laugh a lot. You know, like that time when I accidentally swallowed a cherry pit?
Yeah.
And I got frightened that I would grow a cherry tree out of my stomach.
Yeah.
You set me to bed, and in the middle of the night you came and you laid trees and branches all over my bed.
You have to tell that to God and everybody.
But, you know, I really wish you had opened up and told me about some of the horrors that had happened to you. Since you have, it's certainly made us a lot closer.
That's true.
And I just want to tell you how much I love you and respect you, and your courage is really inspiring to me and a lot of people.
Thank you, Fred Spanjaard. Please have a seat. We'll see you after the show. Sit down. All right, Barry, the year is 1936. And you are living in a modern, middle-class section of Amsterdam. But your English is forgotten. You speak only Dutch. Hitler is in power in Germany, but nobody takes him seriously. And your family settles into a comfortable life.
Remember when your mother entered your picture in the Shirley Temple look-alike contest, Barry?
Well, one of your closest childhood friends, a woman you didn't see for over a quarter of a century, here all the way from Rijnsburg, Holland, Betty Katz.
God, that's
Oh, those tulips are
wonderful.
beautiful, Betty. Yeah, she brought 200 others, too, besides. Oh, thank you very much. Please, please. Now, I want to hear more about this Shirley Temple look-alike contest. Did you win?
No, I don't think so. My mother was willing to try anything to get back to the United States.
See.
Your mama and papa are very close friends to me.
Yes,
And we spent a lot holidays together. You remember that?
yes. New Year's Eve, we were always at your
Oh,
house.
yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
when the war came, I went to your secret bar mitzvah.
Secret
Yes.
bar mitzvah.
Then I went to underground.
Hungary, yeah.
And you went to the camp.
Yes.
Well, then, Betty, you lost track of one another for many years.
Yes, about 30 years, you. But then one night, the phone rang. It was about midnight.
Yes.
And then you asked me if it was possible to come. Well, we had had a very good evening together.
And I met your son and your daughter
yeah.
and your husband for the first time. Yeah.
Thank you, Betty Katz, for coming 6,000 miles all the way from Holland. And thank you for the tulips, too. All right, it's May 10th, 1940. Hitler invades Holland. May 15th, Holland surrenders. Jews must wear yellow stars, but you, Barry, were exempt. Now, why was that?
Because of my American citizenship.
Uh-huh. But conditions worsen. Jews can't ride buses, go to theaters, and shop, except at odd hours. Then comes Black Thursday. You're only 13 years old as you stand by helplessly while your parents are marched at gunpoint to waiting trucks. Now, what did you do then?
Well, I was very scared, but then I thought maybe the Swiss consul who knew about my existence, I thought maybe he could help me. So I called him and told him that my father and mother had been arrested.
And because of your
Well, he got
citizenship?
my mother released that night, and then 10 days later, they released my father.
Good.
From the
Now,
camp.
13 times the Nazis come in the middle of the night and your American papers save your family. But the next time the Nazis come, things are different, aren't they, Barry? What happened then, that last time?
Well, then we had to come with them.
Yeah.
It was April 6, 1943.
Yeah. But April 9th, 1943, you and your family arrive at Westerbork, the concentration camp.
That's where we meet, and we force it to entertain our tormentors, Barry.
You recognize that voice?
God, is that Jack?
Yes, through the pain of it all and the barbed wire, you make a friend. Now, just flown in from Israel, here is that friend that you haven't seen in a long time, Jack Granat. Jack, tell us,
I don't believe this.
what was this entertainment that you had to provide the Nazis?
Boxing.
Boxing matches.
They pit Jews against Jews, friends, African friends. And they hope that we kill each other. But Barry, they are gone, and we are still here.
Yeah, that's true.
It's an amazing
We
story. The
boxed
two of you had to
together.
box against each
Yes,
other.
yes.
Best friend against best
And he
friend.
beat the heck out of me.
Oh, I believe it. He's built like a rock.
He did.
Thank you, Jack Granat, for flying all the way from Israel to be with us tonight. All right, November 10th, 1943, the bestial Frau Slotka, who ordered thousands of Jews to their deaths, orders your family to pack for transfer. On the first day of February, 1944, you and your father help your sick mother into a cattle car. Can you describe that car, Barry?
Well, it was just that, a cattle car that was left over from the First World War, and it was supposed to be either used for 8 horses or 40 people. But they shoved about 70 people in those cars, and with a little straw on the floor and a little pail. It was a toilet for 70 people, and just slammed the door shut and sealed them. And that's how we spent 2 days and 2 nights being transported to Bergen-Belsen.
Yeah. Your destination was Bergen-Belsen. Upon arrival, guards order the healthy to carry the dead to the camp. Your mother is hospitalized, you're too young to work, but your dad is assigned to slave labor. But one day, after standing for 8 hours in frigid temperatures, your will to live is broken. You climb in bed with your mother for warmth and whisper, "Mommy, why can't we just kill ourselves?" But what was her answer?
She said that I mustn't talk like that. We're going to get out.
And in spite of your mother's comforting words, you grow even more depressed as you see your father coming home from forced labor, too exhausted to even talk to you.
Back in Brooklyn, we know you were in a concentration camp, but we didn't know whether we would ever see you back again.
You have any idea who that is?
My Uncle Joe.
That's right. Someone you haven't seen in over 20 years, here from Puerto Rico, where he lives now, your Uncle Joe Sammis. Joe, you've got to tell us, here you are in Brooklyn, reading terrible things in the papers and missing them very much. Did you ever lose hope?
We never lost hope. However, the uncertainty was extremely bad. I'm extremely glad that you made a success out of yourself. You really became, although you were an American, you really became a good American.
Thank you, Joe Sammis. We'll be back in a moment to find out how Barry got out of the concentration camp. And we'll also have more unexpected guests and surprise developments as this truly brave man's life unfolds.